they're ripe for fraud. I wouldn't say a lot of fraud happens. I think a lot of they don't have the financial education going in, and so it fucks with them, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. All right, here. I preach about self-management of your money once you're educated on it, okay? If you're not educated on it, just like with even trading stocks, which is a different level, if you're not educated on something, I don't want you doing it. I don't want you self-managing your own money and your own assets on a day-to-day basis unless you understand what you're doing. Going into it without understanding is how you get ripped off. And even for people who don't want to self-manage it, I want them to be smart. Everyone is trying to make money off of you. And you know what? A lot of bullshit things that we believe are done because it's marketing and propaganda campaigns from institutions that make money off of you. One that I fight with people for 2 years now. Always buy instead of rent if you can. Of course, every single person who tells you that is somebody who's making money off of buying a house. There are times when renting is better than buying. The past 2 years has been a great example. But who's going to tell you that? Not the bank who owns the mortgage, not the lending company who takes a commission, not the real estate agent who makes money off of you, not the contractor, not the inspector, okay? Not the government who gets tax money off of you. No one's going to tell you that. Not the fucking course sellers who are trying to get you to fucking buy real estate because they told you they did it and they made a bunch of money when in reality, they're either leveraged to the tits and about to fucking fall off a cliff, or they're actually making money off of selling you this course instead of actually doing it themselves. Here's the thing. Those who can't play coach. Whether it's because they did play and they're retired, whether they're not good enough to play or whatever, those who can't play coach, generally. So, and it's not always a bad thing, I'm just saying in general. So these are hard truths. Money is made off of financial illiteracy. Our GDP runs on financial illiteracy. 2 in 20. People still do it. There are people out there paying 2 in 20 to underperform the market every year. But because they don't know enough about money, some company is just taking all of their fucking money because why? They know more than they do. But I also say if you're not financially astute or you don't have good financial education, don't self-manage your money, okay? If you win the lottery, first thing you should do is shut the fuck up. Second thing you should do is hire a lawyer and an accountant and then put that shit with some large firm. Because guess what? If you don't come from money and you don't understand money, you get a big windfall of money, you're going to lose it all. Well, if I just buy this stock, I'll listen to this person, I'll do that. Fucking pay your 1% and let somebody else manage it. Because they also come with lawyers and they come with shit that protects your money. Not just they take 1%, compounding annually, which sucks. But it's not just the firm, it's the protection, it's the law, it's the lawyers, it's the everything. They got everything that you need as well. That's part of what you're paying for. So it's a different thing. So I'm not always against that. But everyone is trying to make money off of you. Everyone. That's the point. Everyone is trying to make money off of you. Okay? Even me, who doesn't ask you for a fucking dime. I don't want any of your goddamn money. But I'm still making money off of you. Not as much as I could, but I'm still making money off of you, right? How? If you don't sub, you watch ads. I still make money. If you sub, you don't have to watch ads. Helps you out. I get a portion of that too. I'm not actively trying to make money off you, but I'm making money off you, right? That's how people make a living. That's how you make a living. You got to extract from someone else. That's just how it is. It's uncomfortable to say, but that's the truth. You make money from this? Not a lot, but I do make some. I make money off your signal service. This is not a signal service. I make more money off you I've made more money off you than you could ever make off me. Okay, that's not for now. Wait till the next market downfall. So everyone's trying to make money off of you because financial illiteracy is the most profitable business in the universe. I was going to say in the world, but I need some controversial shit. It is. Our entire GDP in the United States of America, the reason the United States of America is the most powerful, biggest economy, biggest military is because we are the financially fucking stupid. Every dime we make, we spend and then we go into debt. We are consumers. 1/3 of the entire world's consumer market is the United States of America. Okay? This is the most this is why on YouTube, if you are a financial creator and you put out actual good quality videos and people watch it, your CPM is as high as $35. Your RPM is around sometimes $18, sometimes $20. $20 per 1,000 views because it's so lucrative. Everyone wants to make a buck off you. And you're good, and they're going to. Everything costs money. Some people are actively trying to take your money. Some people are inactively. It doesn't matter. That's where it comes from. So once you understand that, you will understand why all the fucking financial gurus and furus are showing up. The course sellers, the signal service people, this is that. Then they put the clickbaity titles and the fucking red. Oh my God, it's over. The market's done or whatever like that. Do you know what kind of financial creator makes the least amount of money? The one who tells you not to panic. It's true. It's true. There is a reason why there aren't very many other people doing what I'm doing. I'm not fucking self-glazing. This isn't a Trump conference. There's a reason why it's much more profitable to put out videos with a red arrow and a fire and your face like this of this is the crash 2008 all over again, the bubbles bursting, because that's what's going to get clicks, right? Nobody clicks, hey guys, good thing you DCA'd, market's up this year. Nobody clicks that shit. That's why I'm the only one doing what I'm the only one dumb enough to do this. Sex sells, but not as much as fear does. Or do the opposite. Promise people the world and make them pay you for it. Pretend that you've got the world and make people say, if you want what I have, you got to pay me for it. And people eat that shit up. Financial illiteracy is insane. And it's very difficult to become financially literate because it is very difficult. It's time consuming. There's a lot of different things. It's intentionally made to be complicated, uninteresting, and, intimidating. Because people won't want you to be that way. They want you to fucking give them your money. The amount of people I talk to on a regular basis who don't have what I would consider basic financial education is insane, but it's not their fault. It's ignorance. It's not stupidity. So let's get back to the original question. Who are the people, the largest group of people who are the most vulnerable to this? Military. Why are military guys, and I wish that I could go talk to new recruits or people going into the military or people in the military and talk to them about what to do in the beginning, because I was in the military too. I went through this and I'm the stock guy now. So I have a little bit of both here, but this is the easiest person to take advantage to in the short term. Let's talk about why. Why is it that military people, let me try that again. I don't want to say military people. Why is it that people that join the military are the most taken advantage of when it comes to financial scams and getting screwed over? Why? Number one, they're young. The younger you are, the less experience you have, the less times you've been burnt, the less, the way you see the world works. Your view of the world is mostly what your parents, family, and school has, experience has been. Remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's who you are. Think about the people you spend the 5 people you spend the most time with, and then look at yourself. It's accurate. That's why sometimes if you want to be, advance in the world or in life, you got to make yourself uncomfortable and change your group of people you spend time with, because you'll eventually morph into that. Okay, so if you want to be more successful or more business-minded or more educated on something or more in tune with something, you need to spend time with those. If you spend time with people who are in their 30s and they still fucking smoke pot, drink beer, and work a part-time job all day, you're probably not going to and you want to do something different, you're probably not going to advance there if you don't move to people, find a group of people or people you spend time with that are more focused. I'm not selling you some fucking motivational course here of you got to change your mindset, change the people. You want to be successful, find successful people, learn from them, and then fucking take everything from them. It's cutthroat business. Fuck them, no, I'm not doing that shit. But they're young. Easiest people to prey on. Number 2, who do you think the vast majority of people who join the military are? You think they're from high-income families? You think they're from, high cost of living, area living people? Lower income, and generally from red states. Red states, very pro-military, very conservative thing. Lower income, you do it. Do you know, here's a little fun fact. Do you know that most people who join the military, probably 90 to 95% of them, don't give a shit about the whole USA, fight for a fucking, freedom and a goddamn whatever. No. The fastest, most direct way from lower income to middle income for people in America is to join the military. This isn't a military recruiting ad, but the fastest, easiest, or most direct path to move from lower income to middle income, or lower middle, whatever, but the middle or whatever, is the military. I'll tell you why. You go in, you get paid, but it's not a lot of money. But guess what? When you're 18 years old and you're making back then in E3, I was in E3 because but E1, E2, you used to get paid like $1,800 a month. It's probably closer to $2,500 a month, maybe more. But it's tax-free and you don't have to pay for anything. So let's say you're 18 years old. You start out now at $30,000 a year. $30,000 a year. $30,000 a year, tax-free. That's number 1. So that's like making $40,000 a year at 18. So equivalent of $40,000. But here's the thing. You might think $40,000 ain't a lot of money. Well, for an 18-year-old it is, but you might not think it's a lot of money. Well, guess what? You don't pay for rent, food. 2 biggest costs right there. Studio apartment in most towns and cities is going to run you over $1,000, $1,500 minimum. So let's go ahead and tack on another $20,000 a year. Food, let's go ahead and tack on another, especially for an 18-year-old guy or even girl, let's call it another $10,000 a year minimum. Health insurance is covered. We don't pay that. Go ahead and put another $6,000 a year on that. Now, you'll lose half of it once you marry your high school sweetheart that you thought was going to love you forever and always, but you take her halfway across the world away from her family and everything she knows, and she just sits in a house all day waiting for you. But let's not talk about that. So let's add that up. You're 18, 19 years old, and you are making like a gross 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 78, let's call it rounded up to $80,000 a year, adjusted. Now, you get a cost of living increase every year of 3 to 5%, well, usually 3%. And as you rank up, you get more money. Your college is paid for, but you don't need a college. Even if you only do 4 years in, you get out, you got the GI Bill. College is free. Of course, I'm 20 years later and still haven't finished my degree. So this is the fastest way and the most direct way. Also, fun fact, if I would have stayed in, I would have retired 2 years ago. Oh my God, I said that out loud. So you can stay in as an enlisted person. You go into 18, you are retired at 38 years old. And you're keeping something like 60, 70% of your final, paycheck as your retirement, tax-free the rest of your life. Guess what most of those people do? My brother-in-law is retiring as an E8 this year. We graduated at the same high school. He was 1 year ahead of me. And you know what? He's keeping that. He is 41 years old, and guess what he's doing? He's already got a job lined up at a defense company that I can't name for his personal reasons. You also keep your health benefits the rest of your life, VA loan, everything like that. Now, again, it sounds like I'm promoting the military. I'm not. I'm explaining why people from low-income areas join the military. There are people from the inner cities and from other demographics as well that aren't told this until it's too late, that find out, hey, this is my way out. I met a lot of those guys in the military back then. They were like, hey, listen, like I was from a really shitty area. They don't tell us this because it's like military. Like I did this to get out. And, people do that. So young, lower income, and red states. Now, you give an 18-year-old kid, send him off to boot camp and then tech school or ground combat school or whatever the fuck you go to. And he's getting all that back pay, and then he gets done. And he's been doing that for 6 months. 6 months at $2,000, $2,500, a month. Let's say $2,000 a month. 6 months of that, tax-free. He gets out. His bank account has $12,000. He has never had more than $120 in a bank account if he ever had a bank account before. So you take an 18-year-old kid who has no financial education from a lower income place where he's never had any significant amount of money in his life, his family's never had any significant amount of this, and he's come from a conservative state where probably they're all hoorah, whatever, and you put $10,000 to $12,000 in his bank account. What the fuck do you think's about to happen? Now you're asking me why the military people are younger military people are most taken advantage of? Because guess what? They don't know how to spend their money. They don't understand it. They see all this money and they think, what can I do with all this money? Well, their only experience is people with money flashing off their money because that's how people sell, right? You're in a Lamborghini, you're in this, you're in that, and girls all around you and drinks and stuff like that. So what do? You go out and spend it. So right outside the gate, there's a bunch of fucking car dealerships. And right at the front is a brand new polished fucking Hellcat. Manly, right? Or a big fucking pimped out F-150 all fucking customized. Or a Mustang. And you grew up in the South, right? Where people talk about the Mustang and Ford and fucking Hellcat, right? NASCAR. And they put a big sign up that says 0% down for military. Well, hello. 0% down and I get a Hellcat? Well, you walk in there and let me tell you something right now. I have told you this before and I will tell you it again. A car dealer's job is not to sell you a car. It is to sell you a payment. How much you making, son? What rank are you? E3. So you're making about $2,100 a month. Whatever the fuck the number is right now. $2,500 a month. Tax-free too, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, you ain't got anything to spend money on, right? Nope. You're going to be in the military for a while, right? Yeah. You like the military, son? Yes, sir. You planning on getting out after your enlistment or re-enlisting? I'm going to re-enlist, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I sound about. All right. So you're going to be in for a while, huh? 8 years? Well, you got this guaranteed paycheck. That Hellcat out there, yeah, that's $48,000. Well, now it's probably $65,000 or $80,000. It's $80,000. That's a lot. I know you only got $12,000, but I'm going to make you a deal, son. I'm patriotic. Got a great relationship with that base and that commander. So-and-so still your commander? Yeah? He has a fucking list in his thing. He knows who everybody. Where are you from? He got make that. Yeah. I'm good friends with him. Known him for years. Hell, he's bought 3 or 4 cars from me. He's a tough ass, but he's fair. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, listen, son. Listen, I don't normally do this, but I owe him a favor, and so you're one of his new troops, and I'm gonna help him out just like he helped me out, and I helped him out. It's back and forth. Listen, son. I love this country just as much as anybody, and let me tell you something. Be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of who you are and what you're doing. You're fighting for this nation, and God damn it, I'll tell you what right now. Looking at you reminds me why we're the greatest goddamn country on this planet has ever seen because of men like you. That's right. You're not a boy. You're a man now. And you need to have a car that represents that you're a man and that you are a badass. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you in that Hellcat out there. Yeah, but it's a lot of money. No, it's not. There are certain things that you can't put a price tag on in this world. Freedom and what you represent. And let me tell you something right now. I could put you in that Camaro or that Corolla over there. But let me tell you something right now. It's going to be tough to get them ladies in there when you go out of on the weekends from the base. Plus, it just doesn't have that sound coming through the front gate of the base when you come through. They're letting everybody know that you mean business. Bet your papa would be proud too. Seeing you, brand new car, that kind of muscle, looking at you saying you've really made something of yourself. You're a goddamn soldier. You're a goddamn airman. You're a goddamn Marine. Your parents are proud of you. Maybe it's time you're proud of yourself. Do something for yourself. Reward yourself. All right. Well, yeah, but I can't afford $80,000. You're not going to spend $80,000, son. Here's what I'm going to do for you. You're sacrificing for this country and for me and my family. I'm going to sacrifice this business for you. I'm going to give you that car for $800 a month. I mean, you're getting paid $2,500 a month without having anything to pay it on. What are you going to do with all that money? Just sit and let rot your bank account? Do something with that money. I'm going to give it to you for $800 a month. And since I know you're going to be a lifer because I can see it in your eyes, you love this country. But I don't want, you're probably, you may want another car. You know what you're going to do? I'm going to stretch that out over 8 years. Because guess what? I can see it in you, son. You ain't doing less than 8 years. I've seen pansies and pussies come through here that didn't last a fucking week. But I see a guy like you, you're a 2-termer minimum. So I'm comfortable. I normally wouldn't do this for anybody else. I'd make him pay it up front because I tell you right now, that's a long time, but that's trust. Because I trust you. I can see it. Really? Yeah. Wow, that's really nice of you. Now let me tell you something right now. You decide you don't like that car, you come on in, we'll trade in for something else one day. Really? That's right. Wow, you're the best. No problem. Sign it right here. What does that mean? Well, son, you ain't got to worry about that unless you're late in your payments. You ain't going to be late in your payments now, are you? Nope. Then it's not really that, it's not much, you know what I mean? It's 17%, you know? I mean, think about it. That's only an extra $100 and something a month. Shit, you don't need that. I'm sorry, I really have gone too fucking far right now. I got lost in the character. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So these people are the most taken care of. So when you say is there fraud against these people? They're ripe for fraud because they are young and they're from places where they come from low poverty. They don't have experience with money. They get this money. And so they're big targets for it, very easy targets for it. But everybody is. I mean, crypto is getting fucking, the older people, everybody is a target right now, especially people. Do you want to know who the biggest fucking targets are? The people who are fucking paying hundreds of dollars a month for fucking stock signals or fucking real estate courses or fucking, those are, everybody is. Nobody wants to admit it, but everyone's getting rolled over. It's people are financially uneducated. So is it rampant fraud against those? I'm sure there is, but it's generally because of low education on this specific subject and giving money to somebody who's young and expecting them to do stuff. I fucked up. I'm not going to tell the story about what I did with my money when I was 18 years old and I had it in my account. I really don't want to tell that story again.